Welcome to the Intuitive Therapist Podcast with Janis R. Cohen, therapist, clairvoyant, empath, and medium. Listen in as she takes a no-nonsense deep dive into real human struggles and how to resolve them. Janis will share channeled information from her spirit guide team, as well as the angels and archangels, to help you master your emotional, physical, financial, and spiritual destiny. And now, Janis R. Cohen.
Hey y'all, this is Janis Cohen, the Intuitive Therapist, here on the Intuitive Therapist Podcast. Why is it that we tend to look outside of ourselves to find answers? And why do we ask others for advice? Why do we believe that we don't know what to do in times of struggle? This has been the theme for my clients this week, seeking out validation and clarity when the answers don't seem to come to them, when the answers, they can't find them. Look, we've all been there. I have for sure. We struggle intellectually to solve a problem that can't be solved intellectually. It has to be solved intuitively. And given that there's a solution to every problem, because it's law, for every problem there's a solution, and given that our bodies and intuition always knows the truth, this is where we need to start. The only time that we look outside of ourselves for answers is when our mind causes us to believe that we can't find the answer, that our intellect is incapable of it. So we don't trust ourselves, so we go ask other people. You see, your mind can, of course, process information and give you information back. Yeah, of course it can. We use our thinking mind to solve problems, right? But when our thinking mind isn't doing what it says it can do for us, quote unquote, figure it all out, then somewhere in our thinking and believing, we accept an unconscious belief that we can solve a problem. We can't solve any kind of problem at all if our minds don't give us the answer. And if you've listened to me long enough, then you know that your thinking mind is only one aspect of problem solving. You see, I often teach my clients about how to use their bodies to give themselves answers. And for those of you that have never heard of that before, that might sound really weird, hokey, strange. But your body really knows everything. And I tell them that your body always knows why something is happening, the purpose of it always, right? In fact, I had somebody reach out to me. They were struggling with a chronic issue. And even though that was showing up physically, and even though we've talked about over and over and over again the real problem about why their life is the way it is and why they are continuing to struggle with this physically, they just refuse to accept it. And so their symptoms have gotten worse. And they reach out to me and say, hey, Janis, can I have a reading around this? Things are getting bad again. And for those people like that who do that, I typically will not do a reading because we've already addressed it and they're just choosing not to change what they know they need to change because they're scared. And so typically what I will do is respond to them and say, hey, ask your body what it needs you to know. You don't need a reading. So when I teach my clients body testing, it's where they stand up in a relaxed state and make a true or false statement. And their body is going to either lean forward in truth or backwards for false, okay? And this strategy never fails. And I'm going to share it with you today. I believe I've already shared it before, but I'm going to do it again because I think it's so important to understand how you can truly just rely on yourself and your body to get clarity and direction. So the only time you might not get a clear answer using this process is if your mind gets in the way and it doesn't allow your body to fluidly lean forward or backwards, okay? And the other time you might not get a clear answer is when your body knows that it's not time to give you an answer and you need to wait to either gather more information or cultivate the art of patience until your body lets you know that it's time for you to make a move, okay? So most people forget about how useful your body is when it comes to decision making. It's really quite powerful. And this is a part of what I wanted to share with you today. The title of this episode is There's Only This Kind of Help. And the reason why I'm talking about it in this way, and especially today, is that more and more people believe that somebody else has answers for them. And I hear far too many people who seek out, for example, psychics to give them answers on a regular basis, and then they become addicted to seeking out this type of guidance, right? And the trouble is that not all psychics are entirely accurate. Feedback from psychics is often mutable, meaning that they can give you some information in a moment, and then one aspect of your situation changes, a slight detail can change, and that could render their feedback null and void. People tend to believe that psychic readings are gospel and believe that everything that they hear right from them is the truth, which is often not helpful, because what you're doing is you're putting your power in the hands of a psychic. And if you've got a good one, yay you. I know I've got a few in my back pocket that I lean into it time and time again, and over time. But more and more I've learned to lean into trusting my body, trusting what I know. And if I need to reach out to somebody, it's really more for kind of confirmation rather than answer seeking. Like I said, I have my own resources I call on when I need some extra clarity and confirmation. And I do it sporadically. To me, that makes most sense. It's when you do it constantly and you're trying out all these tens and hundreds and thousands of psychics. It's when you give your power away to somebody else to tell you what your body knows. And the only kind of help there is for you is self-help, where you got your back, where you lean into your body, not your mind, and you ask your body what the issue is and what it recommends that you do. And your challenge in doing this is shutting up your mind, turning it off and giving it permission to take a nap or go on a safari or wherever the hell you want to send it, so you can just pay attention to what your body needs to tell you. And it's really not complicated, but it does take trust in yourself to redirect your focus from external to internal searching, right? That's the kind of help I'm talking about. And I know what desperation feels like. I've been there. And the times that I have been desperate, I have felt a sense of total powerlessness. And I believe that the situation that I was in, that I was unable to solve those situations, which wasn't the case at all. It's never the case. And it's important to seek out trustworthy guidance and mentors to help you level up 100%. But you're the only one who knows the truth for yourself. And if someone put a gun to your head, trigger cocked, with bullets loaded, and count down from 5 to 1, asking you what you need to do, 5, 4, 3, I'm going to shoot at 1, 2, 1, you'd know exactly what to do. That's how serious I mean what I'm talking about. You have a gun to your head, God forbid, first of all, but you have a gun to your head and you're about to get shot, you're going to be real decisive, real fucking decisive, right? So now that the example might be a harsh example, but I use it all the time because it's so poignant. It's so true, so powerful. When your life is threatened, your intuition will kick into full gear and you will always know how to proceed forward. There is no help other than self-help. No other help other than self-help. Meaning, does it mean that it doesn't come from your guide team or God? That's not what I'm talking about. But external help, when you're reaching out to other human beings, you're always going to know the right thing for you. So try this next time you want to make any kind of decision, right? What I want you to do, here's how you do the body testing. So as you're listening to me, if you can, if you're not driving in a car, I want you to just stand up, body relaxed, with knees slightly bent, feet about 3 feet apart. And next, I want you to make 2 true statements. This is, when you use this process, you're only making statements, not questions. So you get to see which way your body leans. 99% of the people, they'll lean forward for a yes and back for a no. For example, you might say something like, my name is, and you state your real name and you'll see your body lean forward. Next, you might say, I'm wearing a pink shirt. If that's the color shirt you're wearing, then you'll say that, and you'll notice how your body leans forward for yes and backwards for no. Now comes the really fun part. So I want you to think about a decision that you're trying to make. It could be that you're standing in the grocery store deciding between two brands of cereal. You could seriously use this when you shop for groceries, or a pair of shoes, or anything, like anything you need guidance on, you can use it. And you ask your body, Sugar Smack cereal is what I should buy. And your body will lean back or lean forward, right? Notice how your body moves. You could say, I should accept this job offer with this company. In other words, you're asking specifically, I should accept this job offer with this microphone company. And your body will tell you. You're only making statements, remember? One at a time. There's no, should I do this or that, or it's right for me. Am I doing the right thing? No, it's, I am doing the right thing when it comes to X. Okay? Your body always knows. And if you find that your body is not moving and you know that your body is relaxed, then it means that you don't have enough information, or maybe you might ask a better question. Okay? A better statement, right? Or you need to wait for more clarity. Body always knows. And I've used this technique for years, and it has never, ever, ever failed me. I may not like the answers sometimes, but I trust them completely. And when you learn to rely on yourself for the truth, your intuition and your body, then you're going to find the freedom you seek. Sure, there are going to be people in your life who provide good counsel, 100%. But no one knows what's right for you other than you. Your body knows. Now go listen to it the next time you think you can solve a problem. Learn to trust yourself, and you'll never feel powerless or in a desperate place again. I wish you a wonderful day, a blessed week, and as always, live intuitively.
Thanks for listening to The Intuitive Therapist. If you like what you heard, the best compliment you can give us is to share this podcast with a friend, and be sure to give us some stars and a favorable review at Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen in.